Welcome to the very first episode of Cricket Today. I can't believe we're here, lads. I'm your host, Leo McAllion, also known as the stats guy around these parts. I'm here with Marcus Bazzano, a cricket tragic. How you going, Marcus?
I'm going good, Liam.
Going good? Yeah, very good. BBL Eve is upon us, so I'm very excited.
Get keen.
Very, very excited. We've also got Heating the Stars, the first game. We've also got Leo behind the camera over there, going to give us some insights over there. How you going, Leo?
Stats guy, Marcus. I'm well. I'm feeling comfy in the producer's seat.
I know, you look a bit more comfy over there.
Gerald's job soon.
Yeah, you're going to be editing with Gerald behind the camera.
Maybe not yet.
Fresh cut, he's ready.
I know. I think everyone's got a decent haircut for once, so that's good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Taking shots there, Stats.
Yeah, why not? We're going to get right into it. Aussie Summer of Cricket is here, especially with the Big Bash starting tomorrow night. We're going to cover a huge Big Bash season preview today. So it's going to be one of our longest shows. We've got some yeah-nah questions from Leo himself, from every single Big Bash team, some predictions of where the teams will finish, some BBL SuperCoach picks, which I'm very excited for, and then a quick blind ranking game at the end. So let's get into it, boys. First show. Why not? So first team we'll start with, we're just going to go in alphabetical order, is the Adelaide Strikers. So in BBL 12, they finished 7th, which was a real shock. With the quality they had, especially Rashid Khan, he's out this season. But yeah, Leo, can you start us off with a yeah-nah question, please?
All right, your first yeah-nah for the Strikers.
Oh, I'm nervous.
They can't win the BBL title without Rashid Khan. Yeah.
Yeah,
they can't win it.
They've
got no hope.
No hope
this season. I'm telling you right now. I'm having a look at the predictions that we put it in for ladder prediction. I'm well off you guys.
You are.
I can't see them winning it. They just need. Cricket's basically a sport of individual moments of brilliance.
Oh, okay.
It's like an individual sport inside a team sport.
T20. I'll give you that.
And I think Rashid Khan was that striker's individual brilliance man.
Yeah.
And with both ball and bat. And I just don't see them.
You don't see them? Okay.
I don't see them winning. Even making finals.
I'm not sure if they can win it, but I definitely think they can make finals. I think they've got the batting depth. You've still got the players there. Rashid Khan's a massive out. So I'm going to say nah on that take from Leo for that nah. I don't mind them still. I think they've still got the batting depth. You've still got Matty Short, who was very unlucky not to have the most runs in the league last year. A few people had a bet on that. Things like that was pretty funny. But I don't mind them still. I think they're going to be right up there, but I can see what you're saying. They finished 7th last year, which is a huge way with Rashid Khan as probably their best player. So yeah, you can argue sort of either way, but I'm gonna go nah for that one. I still think they can be right up there. Yep. All right, Leo, can you? We'll go through the ladder predictions now. Actually, we'll start with you. Where do you think they're going to finish?
I think they're going to finish 3rd. I'm going to disagree with Marcus on that one.
Yeah.
I know without Rashid Khan, it is a bit difficult.
Yeah.
But as you said, Marcus, you need individual moments of brilliance. They've still got Matt Short, Chris Lynn. Excited to see what Jamie Overton can do, probably batting middle order.
Yep.
So they've still got those players. It's going to be tough, but I still, maybe an outside chance, I think.
All right, there you go.
What do you boys think?
You go first, Marcus. You're on the other side of this.
They finished 7th last season. I think that's where they're going to finish again. I just think there are some good teams in this competition.
Yeah.
And there's some good all-round teams. And I just think the Strikers maybe just too bit reliant on performing with the bat.
Yeah, okay.
And I think with the ball, they can struggle a bit.
Yep. I'm going to go 3rd as well. I'm agreeing with Leo. I don't have them up in... I think there's going to be a big drop-off from the Sixers and Scorchers, which we'll get into later. I think a lot of us agree on that.
Which is pretty much every
single year. Like Sixers, Scorchers.
Yep.
But I still think they're going to be right up there. As Leo said, they've got a lot of really good batters. That top 5 is going to be absolutely awesome. And I think that's crucial in the Big Bash. And then a lot of other teams I think are going to drop off. I don't really rate a few of the other ones. And I don't like the depth. I still like the Strikers' depth even without Rashid Khan. So that's my ladder prediction here. Yeah. What do we got next for this one, Leo?
So we move on to the Heat, and this might be a bit of a...
can we do a SuperCoach prediction
SuperCoach pick. So I've jumped
That's all right. You want to talk about your favourite
hatred for the Heat. Maybe it's taken over.
Leo's been brewing this all week. His hatred for the Heat. He wants to already talk about him. So
but I think Marcus put this one in as a SuperCoach must-have.
I think it was a bit of a... I've been slanted for this. I've been a bit slated for this.
Who have you got there?
I've got Harry Nielsen.
Who?
Harry Nielsen. Batsman wicketkeeper. Had 244 points last season.
Okay.
I just think with Alex Carey, he'll probably miss a chunk of the BBL season. He only averaged 20.
That's not too bad if you're a keeper as well.
I think he could get plenty of points keeping, chipping with the bat a little bit. I just think compared to like value, like Matt Short, he was like,
he's 240,000 or something
which
like
is
that. I think he will still be worth having because he's a gun. But yeah, you're right. If these, what is it, Harry Nielsen, 63,000 is a bit of a steal for a guy that's going to be keeping every game. I think the other thing is with keepers, I really like all-rounders and keepers. Pretty much my whole team's all-rounders and keepers just because keepers going to get a few catches, they're going to get a few extra points, maybe a stumping here and there and things like that. So yeah, no, I
think it's at least 10 points for, I think it's 10 for catches, 15 for stumpings. Yeah, so I think he could definitely rack up some points.
Nice, yeah. All right, Leo, now we can go to the next one.
Now we can get onto the heat.
We'll go to the Brisbane Heat.
This is a bit of a personal but the Heat will finish last this BBL season, boys.
Last.
Dead last.
Big nah from me. Big nah.
They won't finish last.
Big nah.
I think they've got a lot of upside heading into the season. I don't see why they can't push for finals.
Well, last season, I know we were talking about this midweek, they had a lot of test stars come back and they did make the final, but they were runners up. And I think the likes of Spencer Johnson, I don't know why that came out a bit funny. Josh Brown as well, he scored 100 in the practice matches last week. I really think some of the young guys are going to lift and then that'll push them towards finals. So I've got them in the final. I don't think they're going to be anywhere near last. They did finish, I didn't mention, 5th last year and still made the final.
Still went all the way to the final.
Which is pretty cool. They definitely had a better team, but their top board, you got Uzi and Marnus will play a few games as well. So
typically red ball batsmen, but they've shown that they can produce some white ball format.
Especially Uzi.
He's been around for a long time in the BBL, so
he knows what he's doing.
You guys are wrong. They're coming last.
I don't know.
Look, they've got Khawaja Labuschagne tomorrow night. Yeah. But they're going to go.
Josh Brown, mate. I know you don't rate Josh
Brown. I need to see a little bit more.
He's looked so good. I think it was at the Marsh Cup in the 1KR not long ago. He was just flicking everything so strong. Off the pads for 6.
We'll see. I think the bowling's a little reliant on Spencer Johnson too, but I think they'll come last.
We were worried about him being injured.
He'll miss the first
round probably, but after that, I think he's one of the best players in the comp.
Whereas the first round, though, they do have 3 games in that first round.
So it'll be interesting for SuperCoach
value there.
Yeah. All right, we'll go to the ladder predictions. I'll start with you again, Leo. I already know where you're going to pick him.
Dead last.
Dead last.
I think they'll be lucky to win 3 or 4 games, I reckon.
4. That's hard. I reckon the Gabbers, they can get a bit of a fortress up there.
Yeah, it does have a bit about it. I'm gonna go 6 for them. I'm gonna go just missing out on finals, but I think it's gonna be so close finals.
I reckon that 4th, 5th. Yeah, 4th and 5th are going to 4th, 5th, 6th going to be really, really close. I'm going to go 4th. I know on paper they don't have the best team, but I really like Sam Billings. I think he's a really good English import. And then as I mentioned before, I think their young guys are going to take a step up this season. So I'm going to go 4th.
That's a good segue, Stats Guy, because I've got Sam Billings as the SuperCoach must-have pick for the Brisbane Heat.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he's valued at 116,000, pretty much 117.
Yep.
He'll keep for the first 2 games. So we'll get some keeping points there.
Where we're talking about that. Keeping points are good,
Yeah, because Jimmy Pearson's going to be in the PM's 11. Yep. So batsman, wicket keeper, rack her up plenty of points. I think he's a must-have for the Brisbane.
3 games to start. 3 games to
start. As well. I actually really like him as well because he's a white ball specialist. Like he hasn't been playing tests or things like that. He's one of those guys that just travels around the world, plays white ball cricket, and he's been getting better and better. So yeah, Sam Billings is a really, really good pick. 116,000 as well. It's not like he's really expensive. Anyone under like 120 or something, and they're going to get good scores, you might as well pick them up. So
don't mind it.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, let's jump quickly to one of my favourite teams. I don't know why, but I just really like the Hurricanes.
Same, actually. One of my mates who doesn't even support cricket.
Yeah,
he's all over the Hurricanes.
I think I went to a couple of games in Tassie because for some reason I've been to lots of Tassie sport with North playing down there and in the AFL. And then
it's a bit sad.
Yeah, Hobart. I don't know. It was just an awesome day. I met some of the players. Anyway, I got a soft spot for the Hobart Hurricanes or the Hurricanes, which I've heard some people call them.
Yeah, no one calls them.
Some people call them that. So they finished 6th last year in BBL 12. Can you give us a year now, please, Leo?
I think this is directed at you, Stats Guy.
Okay.
Dooley and Hatzoglu will be the deadliest spinner combination this season.
Being a spinner.
You love Paddy Dooley?
I love my spin. I'm a spinner myself. Bit of an off. He's not very good, but a few pies. But Dooley and Hatzoglu, the deadliest. I think Dooley would have to do a lot of the heavy lifting there. I know Big Peter is a bit of a cult hero in the Big Bash, but it's not a bad shout. Our arms will be flailing everywhere because both of them have a long run up with lots of stutters and things like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to go, because I can't think off the top of my head.
Majib and Zampa.
Yeah, I was going to say the Renegades. Yeah.
I don't know. Majib's not in the best form. I'm going to say because I love Paddy Dooley, and I think he took 21 wickets last season, so he's a really good player.
Just both of their actions alone.
Yeah,
can throw you off.
What are you going? Yeah, no.
I'm going to go nah.
Okay.
I'm going to go the Renegades.
Renegades,
Yeah, just.
Nah, good shout with Majid and Zampa.
Yeah, purely off form of Zampa.
I'm pretty much just doing this because I can't wait to watch them play.
Yeah, they're going to be probably the best spinning combination to watch.
Yeah.
But they probably won't be the deadliest.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
I think they'll be underrated this tournament. I really like those two.
Okay.
Ladder prediction, gents.
Yeah, you go first for this one, Leo.
I think 6. They finished 6th last year. I don't see how they improve. I like bringing in Sam Hain. I thought he was good for the Heat late last year.
Yeah, he was actually. Yeah.
But I'm not too sure about Corey Anderson. He's been sort of disappearing every now and then. Used to play for New Zealand. Chris Jordan, I like, but I don't know. I feel like their bowling can be a little hittable. Like Hatsoglu, for instance, can take wickets, but could go for 45 runs.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So you're going 6, just out of finals.
I think they'll just sort of stagnate.
Yeah. I'm not that far off you. I'm in with 7th. I think they're going to drop off a little bit this year. As you mentioned, I think a lot of those guys are a bit older or they can get hit for a lot of runs. You got like Billy Stan, like Riley Meredith, he'll be all right. I think he's a pretty good big bash player. But other than that, Ben McDermott, I think it'll come down to the first few months if they can prove themselves like worthy of a really good player. So Ben McDermott's one of them who we've talked about in the past. He's dropped off last season. So if he can have a good season, I think that can help him. But I just don't trust a lot of their players. You got Matty Wade will be all right. But yeah, as you mentioned, Hatsoglu, Stan Lake, a few others I think can get hit for a lot of runs. So I'm going to chuck him in 7th.
I'm actually fancying them to make finals.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, I think they're going to finish 4th.
Yep.
But I think they're in that range that you mentioned before, 4th, 5th, 6th, battling out.
Yep.
It's going to be close, but I think I'm trying to let those players get back into form. I'm just relying on that, like the likes of McDermott. Even like Riley Meredith. A little bit with both bat and ball can chip in. So I'm going to get them just making finals.
Just making finals in full. All right. Let's go with our SuperCoach must-have. Who chucked in this one?
I did as well.
Oh, you did?
I think I've chucked them all in. I've just gone for both wicketkeeper batsmen.
Yep. You can compare the prices as well.
Yeah, got to love a wicketkeeper batsman. I've gone Wade McDermott. Wade's 133,000. McDermott's 88,000. So I think there's definitely some value there with McDermott. He was the leading run scorer in BBL 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, he was the player of the tournament.
He was the player. Yeah. And at 88,000, he'll definitely keep a little bit as well. That's a bit of a steal.
Nice.
Yeah, Wade could be off in international duty as well, which sort of helps.
Yeah, if he's playing 2020s or actually 2020s aren't until the end of the season, but one day is possibly, you might see Matty Wade in that. I don't mind McDermott. I'm a bit worried about him because he was horrible.
I'll probably just have him as a backup.
Yeah, even as a bench or even in your team, he could be a bit of a cash cow because even if he makes like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, a couple of games, he's going to go up in price if he's only 88,000. I don't mind that because he has the ability to explode, but I just don't know if I trust him yet. Matt Wade is definitely more trustworthy, but with the really cheap price of McDermott's not a bad one as well.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. All right, my favourite team, Leo's favourite team, Melbourne Renegades are next. Not that I'm very excited for them this season. They finished 3rd last year, which was a bit of a surprise, and then they were knocked out in the first final, the knockout final. So that was pretty disappointing. But yeah, Leo, your favourite team as well?
First of all, I think favourite is a very loose term when it comes to this.
But if I was to ask you, who do you go for? Who would you say?
I would say the Renegades reluctantly. But the NR, Adam Zampa, will lead the wicket taking this tournament.
Nah. I actually agree with you on this one. Nah, as well.
I don't think he gets anywhere near it.
Nah.
Like he'll get wickets, but he won't get anywhere near some of the leading players. I think you just look at primarily the Perth Quicks.
Yep.
They're just going to be leading again. Jai Richardson.
Even Sean Abbott, who led last year, I think he's got the most wickets in the league. So he's up. He'll be right up there again. Yeah.
Even the likes of Andrew Ty that just do it every year.
Andrew Ty, he's always consistent, isn't he?
White ball specialist bowlers. I don't think he will lead the wickets.
I'm going to say no as well. He only had 16 wickets in 14 games. I say only. That's still solid. Like you get
a really good World Cup though.
A really good World Cup. That's the only thing. He likes to play with confidence. He'll have the sunnies on again. Even maybe under the roof at Marvel, he might bring those sunnies out.
Maybe come off his sunglasses and get a run out again, like he did the other season in the derby.
Yeah, possibly. So he came second in the wickets for the World Cup. That's the only argument I'd have for him. But I think
was stiff not to finish first, wasn't he? Really?
Yes,
he was.
Because Shami ended up taking 6th, didn't he? 6 or 7.
I think it was 7.
Seven in that last game. So he absolutely killed it, and he's still in good form. But I think not this season for him. Yeah. Let's have a look at the ladder prediction. I'll go with you first again, Leo.
Yeah, I think we're all pretty similar here. I'm going with 7th. I just think I don't know. I look at this Renegades team, and there are a lot of opening batsmen. I think you could name 5 or 6 players that could open.
True.
And I feel like a lot of Renegades games are going to be they start great and then they just sort of trickle over the line.
And we've talked about their old squad too.
We'll talk about it again. I think it's 10 of the 16 players or 9 of the 16 players are over 30. And I think most of them will be in their starting team. I know 2020 is a bit different. You can be older.
Yeah.
But when you look at the guns from most teams, they're probably around that 25,
more
26.
Players in their prime sort of thing.
Yeah. So I'm a bit worried about him as well. I've put him in 8th.
Yeah.
Pains me to do, which is a big drop off from 3rd last year. I think Zampa and Quinton de Kock will be massive ins.
Yep.
But like the past where they've relied on Finchy to score 100 to win, I think they're going to be relying on Quinton de Kock to do a lot of their scoring. Otherwise, you can't win it. Or Zampa to take at least 3 wickets for them to win. So I think it's going to be tough,
Yeah, I'm joining you there. So
8th as well.
I'm going 8th.
Hopefully the Renegades don't see this one.
But then again, it's cricket. But this ladder predictor, besides
could
from
be
the
the
top
worst
2 really,
Yeah.
could just be all jumbled up.
Yeah.
I think they've definitely got the capability to get up there, but 8th, I think, just compared to the other side squads is where they're going to sit for me.
Yeah, definitely. Fair enough. All right, we've got another Supercoach must-have in here. I think you chucked it in again, Marcus. Bit of a comparison as well, I don't mind.
Yeah, I do. I've got a couple players in here.
Yep.
We got Adam Zampa, we've just mentioned. Probably don't need to go too much on him. He's 131k.
Yeah, you know what you're going to get from him.
You know what you're going to get from Zampa. But Will Sutherland, don't be scared of his price tag. 158,000, but he's a pure all-rounder. Finished with 716 points last season with an average of 51, which is
51. Yeah, right.
So very good. I think having a look now, it was the 2nd best player for the Renegades last season.
Yep. In Supercoach, yeah.
In Supercoach wise. So I think he could be a cheeky addition to your squad.
I really like Will Sutherland. I think every season he's been in the Big Bash, he's just sneaking up the order. A few times I think Renegades pushed him up to 3 or 4, or even opened him one game. I think they should steer clear of that because he's not as technically good as some of the other players, but he can absolutely hit a ball an absolute bar. So
and he's a fairly decent fielder deep as well.
Yeah, so he might get a few catches
on the boundary, particularly late innings.
Yep.
I think he could get a couple catches as well. So.
Yeah. And I'm a big advocate just picking a whole team of all-rounders. So if we're going must-haves, I don't mind Will Sutherland 158 as well.
Yep.
Nice. What do you reckon about that, Leo? Do you like either of those for your team?
I think Zampa, I'm not too sold on Sutherland just yet.
Yeah.
I think for me, we'll have to see how the Renegades go first and then make a call. But I've got Zampa on my team.
Zampa, nice. All right, the other Melbourne team, the Melbourne Stars we're going to go to, they finished dead last year, which was pretty funny really, as a Renegades fan.
3 wins, I think.
3 wins. They always really have some big names on their team, but again, this year I'm a bit worried about their depth. So start us off with a question, please, Leo.
Yeah, so the Stars will make finals this season. They'll leapfrog from last to 5th this season.
Oof. Or I'm going to say big nah for me. I haven't got them. Oh, actually, not big nah. I think they'll be just off the main pack of the finals. I'm going to, just outside. What about
I've got them contending. I've got them finishing, same with Leo, finishing 5th.
Yep.
I think we mentioned it in the, we're going to mention it, in the game preview for the Brisbane Heat Melbourne Stars. Yep. Be sure to check that out.
Yeah, check that out tomorrow.
I think they've just had, like you mentioned, lack of depth.
Yep.
And I just think they sort of panicked with a lot of late signings. They've made 3 or 4 player signings in the past 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, that's a bit of a worry, isn't it? The chemistry
in the lead up to the first game.
Yeah.
So
I'm a little bit worried about him as well. I just don't see them jumping up from that far down. They also swapped out Zampa for Harper, which I think is a massive drop-off. I didn't mind Harper at the Renegades, but he was extremely inconsistent. Zampa is one of their, I'm not sure on this,
but it is a big drop-off.
He'd be up there with their leading wicket takers in Big Bash. All time, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Just because he's played probably the most seasons. So I think that's a big loss, Zampa out of that team, and I just don't trust them at all. As you just mentioned, ladder prediction, what did you have him again? 5th. Leo?
Yeah, I think they'll make finals. I think I'll
just sneak in.
I'm a bit worried about their bowling. I think
that's what I'm worried about, Batting's not too bad,
Maxi and Stoinis usually carry them, but I rate Webster, I rate Cartwright. Harper, as you said, is inconsistent, but if he chips in with a 40 off 15, which he can do.
Even Coulter coming in at 7, 8, he can hit a ball too.
Yeah.
So they've got the batting there. It's just whether they can work out what works for them, what doesn't.
Yep.
Bowling is an issue though.
I'm looking at their squad. Yeah. I'm like, not too sure because even Stoinis hasn't bowled the last couple of seasons.
Ralph's
smashed
in the World Cup. Yeah.
I'm a big advocate of Harris Ralph, but he hasn't had a good probably last 6 months in all cricket. So
I think their squad literally typifies hit or miss and where they're going to finish in the ladder. Like Stoinis, he will have a good game or he'll make 0.
Yeah, same as Max.
Same as Maxwell.
Maxi could make 100. And then
Harris Ralph could take 5 or get hit for 40, 50. So yeah, they're pretty hit and miss. So keep an eye on them for this season.
Yeah, maybe first few months we can sort of gauge how they're going.
3 months, that's the end of the tournament. That's good.
First month. I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking back in the day when it was gone for about, felt like it was gone for 6 months. Let's get into a SuperCoach must-have. I think I put this in. You guys would have put it in as well. My team name is Maxi
Everyone's going to have him in.
Your Maxi's golf carts, which is a funny reference. Glenn Maxwell, 118,300. I think that's an absolute steal. Probably the best player in the whole comp.
He does everything.
He does everything.
Absolutely everything.
He's, as I've mentioned, he's improved his bowling over the last 5 years. He gets wickets. Doesn't spin it that much, but he puts it in the right areas.
Yeah, you'll get the strike rate bonus easily. As I was going with the bat.
Oh, absolutely. Strike rate is a massive thing in SuperCoach. They can make 30, but if it's off 15 or something like that, that will make their score rocket.
You'll get an extra 20 points or whatnot. So.
And then the other thing, he can just put a massive score. He's made so many hundreds in Big Bash, which is nuts. Like I think I was looking at a photo the other day. He made 150 a couple of seasons ago. And then his form in the World Cup that we haven't even mentioned is out of this world. Incredible. He made 200, a couple of other hundreds. I think he's got to be the go-to pick. Is he the number 1 pick probably, you reckon?
Or he'd probably be my number 1 pick.
Yeah. If there was a draft, if we had a draft, surely.
And even with Zampa out, like with spin ball in hand, he's worked a lot into his spin. So
he's captain
probably even more than
he'll give himself the floor.
Is he captain? Yeah, okay. So captains usually give himself a few more overs. Yeah. Okay. So you got to pick Maxi. That's definitely the number 1 pick of SuperCoach. All right, this is the big team. Yeah, this could get a bit boring, but actually, no, I'm not going to say that. They're going to be exciting. Perth Scorchers, obviously the title winners last year. They finished first. They are going for the 3-peat this year after winning 2 in a row. I think they've won it 5 times now, which is the most. They've made 8 finals. I looked this up before. Out of the 12 Big Bash seasons, 8 finals. They're very good. They are so good. They just get so many good players from WA. Leo, can you start us off here?
So the NR question for this one, lads, the Scorchers won't lose a game at home. They were 8-1 last year.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just think at Perth Stadium, they've got great quicks that suit that wicket.
Yeah.
So can they drop one at home? Will they drop one at home?
Well, they 8-1 last year, and I do think it will be very similar. So I'm going to say nah, because I reckon they might lose a game. Maybe just one game because it's T20 cricket. But they're going to be, really good.
Oh, I'm going to go, You
think they'll win all their games?
They're going to go unbeaten at home.
At the Furnace, they call it, actually?
Down in Optus. Yep. I think they've actually got a good backing there as well. And Optus is a really nice atmospheric stadium as well.
What's that big fan that comes out, the orange fan that they have?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'll have to find that.
The Stone.
I'll find it. Yeah, what, like a big orange?
Yeah, he just dresses all in orange.
Oh, okay. Is that going to be? We might have to go to a game at Optus Stadium. We'll dress in like an orange.
I reckon that'll be a good little trip there.
I'm going to try and
I've never been to Perth, but I've heard it's nice.
I want to go to Optus Stadium. Actually, I'm making that happen. We're going.
Yeah, and they get around their sport.
Yeah, they do.
So,
yeah.
I think they're going to finish first.
Oh, okay. So ladder prediction, you're going first.
I'm going first.
Yep.
Unbeaten at home, and then all you got to do from there is just win a few away games. And then I've got them even winning the title.
Okay. Yep. Leo, I think you're going up there as well.
Yeah, I think they'll win the title, and I think just found the guy's name. Apparently his name's Chumbies.
Chumbies.
So
that must be a Perth reference.
I'm not sure.
I think I've heard.
I'm not sure what you're thinking when you're holding your baby in the arms for the first time.
No, that's his nickname. His real name's James Keating.
Okay,
I think I've heard Gilly reference him a few times.
Okay, if you're a Perth Scorchers member or you go to a lot of the games, maybe hit us up and what's his name? Chumbies.
Can't believe I'm searching an orange Perth Scorchers fan to Google.
No, I love it. We might have to get him on the show maybe later in the year.
No chance.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Let me have one.
I know what you're talking about.
There he is. He's got the spike. Yeah, he's got. I love it. Yeah. Well done, Chumbies. So where are you thinking?
Yeah. They'll finish first.
Okay.
Just great squad. Cooper Connolly's one I'm excited about. Where does he play?
Yep.
He might not even play if Agar's fit. So that's
true. That shows how good their team is. Yeah.
But
just chucking in here. I'm reading an article now from 2018 where you're banned for 3 years. You got kicked out of the stadium and ejected for 3 years.
What's his name? Chumbies.
Yeah, Chumbies. James Keating.
Oh,
that's not good.
Well, if he does get banned again, he's got a home to come to here if he wants to be on our show. We're getting down.
Special guest.
I'm going the Scorchers to be second. I know that everyone thinks they're going to be first. I think they'll be right up there. I think you can interchange the Sixers and them. The Sixers only finished 1 point behind them. at the start of the year. Last season.
They had a late charge, I think the Sixers, didn't they?
They did, yeah. They moved really quickly up from 4th to 2nd towards the end of the year. I had a look at that. I just think the Sixers might just pip them. I think it will come down to when they play each other. And I reckon the Sixers are the only team in the comp that can actually beat them if they beat them. So I'm just going to go Scorchers second. I'm sick of them finishing first, so that's probably part of it.
Switch it up.
Switch it up, so I'm going Sixers second. All right, SuperCoach must have. Who's chucked in this one? Did you chuck?
Aaron Hardy.
I think, that's a really good pick there. He was the leading run scorer in the league last season. Very lucky because he played a few extra games than Matt Short. That is weird when you're betting on that, when you're trying to have a bet and you get the most runs and it counts as finals. But anyway, that's another podcast.
And again, I think he was the second or third best Scorchers player from last season behind Andrew Ty and Josh Inglis, I think. But Josh Inglis will play a lot of one days.
Yeah, maybe even in the test squad and things like that.
Short format too. Yep. Like all short format, and test squad as well. Yep. I think he should be. I don't really rate Carey that much. I think he's a good wicket keeper, but with the bat, he's just so unreliable.
Yeah, okay.
So I think Aaron Hardy, another all-round selection for you, stats guy.
Yeah, all-rounder. As you showed, I think he played in the Aussie T20s. He bowled a bit. He's actually a pretty strong bowler. One of my mates didn't even realise he was a batter and a bowler. Like, that's just, he's so good at both. And I think he's a pretty good fielder as well. So he's going to get points all over. He's 178,000, which is definitely creeping up to one of the most expensive ones. But if he can get anywhere near the form he was with the leading runs last season, even if he's in the top 5 or 10 runs, he's going to get a few wickets as well. I think he's a must-have for sure. All right, the other really good team that has been just really awesome the last few years as well is the Sydney Sixers. They finished second last year. They went out in the Challenger, didn't make it into the final, which was a bit surprising. Leo, what have you got for us for the Sydney Sixers?
Tom Curran will be the best international player this season. Yeah, nah.
Ooh.
I'm going to say yeah.
I'm going to go SuperCoach-wise, yeah. Overall, no.
Who would you put over him overall?
Putting you on the spot here, Mark.
Yeah. You are putting me on the spot here.
Or you can have a think about it if you want.
I'll have a think about it, but SuperCoach-wise, yes.
SuperCoach, yeah. I think,
can let you get into that.
I think, he is probably been one of the best international players that the Big Bash has seen just in the course of the Big Bash. He averages a strike rate of 145 with the bat, and he's still got 47 wickets. I think it's in 30 games, and an average of 19 with the ball. So he just does everything. As you mentioned, SuperCoach is perfect all-rounder that does literally a bit of everything. We're going to mention him later.
Yep.
So I'm going to put him as, big for that one, as the best international player.
Well, I'm thinking, having a look at some of the names here. Yeah. Obviously, Quinton de Kock only with the bat can definitely do something. Colin Monroe as well for the Heat, isn't he? I'm pretty sure.
No, he is.
Putting him on the spot. Almost had a brain fade there, whether it was Heat or Sixers.
Nah, that's all right.
But then here we go for the Heat, Sam Billings as well.
Sam Billings, that's
so sneaky, I think there's some players there who can who can sort of
push for the best international.
Yeah, but he'd definitely be well up there, Tom Curran.
Yeah, definitely. Ladder predictions, Leo. I think I know where you're going to go with this one, but
I think they'll finish second. Runners up to the Scorchers.
Yeah, I agree.
They've got a fantastic squad, great depth. Honestly, if the Scorchers didn't exist, they'd probably win easy. It's a clear top 2.
Yep. Just looking at the squads. You got
and
two
if
teams.
They lost to Brisbane Heat, which was in the what do you call it? I'm just going to call it the semi-final for now.
The
Challenger.
I think, I wrote it down here. The Challenger.
Yeah, the Challenger. So I think they're fairly unfortunate. So it would have just been another Scorchers Sixers final again, which is pretty boring.
Yeah.
But you're picking them to go one better.
I reckon they're going to go first. I'm going to say for the title. I know that's a bit of a big shout.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I think lots of people will think they're going to come second to the Scorchers, but I think their squad can absolutely match it. As I mentioned before, you got Sean Abbott, who's still just really good. He's the leading wicket taker of all time in the Big Bash. And then you got a few young guys. I think their season will come down to if Philippe can get back to really good form. He was a bit off last season. That's why he's really cheap in Big Bash. But I think he can get back to that really strong form. He's going to start off with a big game against the Renegades in their first matchup. I reckon he could even get a ton. That's my big call of the weekend.
There we go.
But I'm going to go first just to be a little bit different. And I think they're the only team that really matches up really closely to the Scorchers. If they pip them in one or two of those games where they play each other, then I think they can easily go first.
I think whichever team finishes first out of those two is going to go on and win the title because they'll get that home ground final.
Yep. Especially how we mentioned about Perth, Optus Stadium, they dominate there. Yep. So, and then even Sydney, I'm pretty sure are really good at the SCG. So we'll see that for who can go all the way. Yeah, definitely. All right, SuperCoach must have. You talked him up before, Marcus.
Tom Curran must have for SuperCoach. 180,000. It's a big price tag, but he's an all-rounder, chips in with the bat, gets a lot of wickets with the ball. Yeah. Like, surprisingly, he was always up there in the top 5. You look at him and you just think he doesn't do that much. Maybe it's just because of the surname, Tom Curran, the Curran surname, which is why people don't really like him that much. But SuperCoach-wise, I think is a good pick. And you mentioned Josh Philippe as well. Yep. Going to mention him quickly, 102,000.
That's really cheap,
wicket-keeper batsman, so plenty of points on offer.
The other thing I like about Curran, I just think he can do it all. He's even pretty good fielder, as I mentioned. I think the players that are just going to be able to do it all are going to score really quickly. He also bowls in the death overs. I was having a look at a lot of stats earlier.
So pick up some late wickets.
A lot of the guys some cheapies. Yeah, like you get to bowl to number 11, you bowl a Yorker, and you get a wicket most bowls, like a Stark sort of toe crushing Yorker. So I think he's going to pick up a lot of wickets that way as well. So he's perfect for SuperCoach. All right.
Go to the Crosstown Rivals.
The Crosstown Rivals. I can't believe we're at the last team. The Sydney Thunder. They finished 4th last year. They made the finals. They went out in the Eliminator. I'm trying to remember who to, but they did go out in the Eliminator. So they had a pretty strong season, but they definitely want to improve on 4th. What do we got for this one, Leo?
Yeah, this is a bit of a unique one, I'd say. Cam Bancroft will be a top 5 run scorer this BBL season. Yeah. I'm personally going to say yes. I think he's going to have a really underrated season.
Okay.
He finished 9th last season, but played less games than those that finished above him.
His form as well has been so good.
Yeah.
He'll play, he'll open.
Could he play in the test matches though?
Well, he wants to, I saw that. Yeah.
I don't think so, just with Warner and how he wants to go out in the test matches. And I think if Bancroft plays every game, I think he's going to have a great season. He might be one for my SuperCoach once Thunder have a double.
SuperCoach. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to go nah. I don't think he'll be top 5. I think he'll be up there. I think he's just playing at Perth has helped him a lot on that quicker wicket. I think he might struggle a little bit with the lack of pace that he's used to. But again, he'll have a good season, but top 5, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. I'll go, I don't mind that. I haven't really thought about it until you mentioned it then, but you've sort of, swung me to your side there, Leo. I think, he can be right up. He's in really good form. That's why he's trying to sort of get back in the test. That's the worry. If he does get in that test side, then, definitely not. But
the problem is I think he needs like 15, 20 balls to settle.
Yeah.
I think
and then he gets going. He's not the quickest starter.
Naturally a red ball, classical sort of player.
But if he starts well, just stays in maybe quick, like a slow 20, and then he can get to 50
once he can
quickly.
Settle. Yeah.
So I don't mind him to be a top 5. It could be a sneaky one for SuperCoach as well.
Yeah. I feel like having Hales opening with him will allow him to settle a bit.
Yeah, Hales just goes bang. Yeah.
He can sort of get himself in a little bit, and then he's pretty destructive when he gets himself in. So, I'm
a big nah on that one.
Big nah. I'll go. Don't agree. That's all right. No. We don't have to. We'll just talk about it after. All right. Ladder prediction.
We'll sort it out in the car park.
I'm just not going to that car park. Leo, where are the Sydney Thunder finishing for you?
I think they'll finish 4th. Yep. I just think they have a nice squad. It's nothing like that makes me think they're going to win it, but it's a really well balanced team.
Yep.
Middle order bats like Ollie Davies. Hope you boys remember.
Yeah, him. we remember. We couldn't figure out for reference. We did a Who Am I in the office the other day, and we just couldn't even think of Ollie Davies' name. But we definitely know who Ollie Davies is now.
They've got Alex Ross as well, who's a nice middle order batsman. Hales in there at the top order. Interesting to see what I think Zaman Khan does.
Yep.
With the ball. Chris Green as well as reliable as ever. So it's a nice team. It doesn't make me go wow. But
I was very similar. I was sort of like I could either chuck the Thunder in 3rd, 4th, 5th, or I could put them 7th or 8th. Like just that sort of team. It's just that sort of team. Like you just don't know what's going to happen, and that's just the beauty of cricket.
Where'd you land on in the end?
I landed 3rd in the end.
Oh, okay.
Just because that space was open and I already put some other teams in there.
Yeah, fair enough.
But they do have a lot of all-rounders. They've got quality with ball in hand too as well. So 3rd is where I think they're going to finish.
All right. I'm going to go 4th. I'm sort of similar to Leo. I think they're going to be that mid just into the finals, that mid sort of table team. I don't mind their squad. I have to talk up my man Daniel Sams. I think he's the most underrated.
Love him, don't you?
I love him. I think he's the most underrated one of the most underrated Big Bash players of all time. He's got an amazing strike rate. He can get wickets, so he's an awesome SuperCoach pick. I think it's 162,000. Just a quick shout out to him. He'll be my guy to follow this season.
Are you mates with him or something?
No, I just love him. I think I went to the pub once with my mates, and I was like, "Oh, Daniel Sams, my favourite player." And someone goes, "Who's that?" And then he got out duck first ball. So I don't know. I just got a soft spot for him, and every time I have him in my team or captain him in SuperCoach, he does.
So would he be your SuperCoach must-have?
Like your personal in terms of price, yes. In terms of price, probably no. Like not for must-have. I'll put him in just because I love him. Yep. But if we're going to go to SuperCoach must-have, I think this one is must-have in terms of price. Tanveer Sangha, 83,800, which is really cheap for a guy that is proven he can get wickets. He was injured in the first game last season. Which made him out for the whole season, which was pretty sad, but I think he's going to bounce back this season.
Injury,
So what do you reckon about Sangha?
Yeah, plenty of upside for him.
Yep.
Leo's talked him up as well. I'm really excited. He's probably like my player to watch actually as well for the Sydney Thunder.
I think, as we've talked about in the office, he's sort of the next big spinner in Aussie cricket. He got, I think it was 21 wickets in just 14 or 15 games a few seasons ago. If he can get anywhere near that, I think he's going to rocket up in price. It's only 83,000, and then in the first 3 weeks or so, he could rocket back up to 130, 140,000 in SuperCoach. So don't mind that one. What do you reckon about? You love a bit of Sangha, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Sangha.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to this Thunder side and SuperCoach value, I think he's the one. He's probably going to start on my bench just because I think they've only got the one game in round one, the Thunder.
Yes.
So if they had two, he'd definitely be my team.
Definitely be your team.
But I really like him.
Yeah, nice. All right, we've got through every single team, which is a good effort, boys. We've got some ladder predictions. We've done everything, got some SuperCoach in there. So we're going to finish off with a bit of fun here, which I'm a bit nervous for. I'm always pretty bad at these, but a blind ranking game. Leo, we don't even know what the players are. Can you give us those and what the topic is, please, Leo?
No worries. So the topic is ranking 5 BBL players based on their SuperCoach value this season.
Okay, it doesn't have to be the best player or anything like that, but just who we'd pick in SuperCoach. Yeah. And we've got to agree on this, which could be the hardest part of the game, us agreeing on this, but we'll see. Yeah.
We'll make a fool of ourselves for sure.
All right, your first player at 180,000 is Tom Curran.
Oh, well, he's expensive.
He's expensive. He gets points. I'm happy to put him like 3 or 4.
I'll go 3.
All right, smack bang in the middle.
We'll go with 3. That's a good start.
Yep.
Second player at 156,000 is Colin Munro.
Oh, that seems expensive.
I'm happy to put him
4.
Yeah,
but then he's going to come with some bad ones.
I reckon he's saving a stitch up for us later.
I reckon we should go 2 or 4.
I'm going to go 4.
4, all right.
4, because I reckon there's going to be a stitch up later.
Yeah.
The man we just mentioned, Tanveer Sangha at 83,000.
Oh, that could be 1 or 2.
I'm going to go 2 just because he's purely really a bowler.
Not an all-rounder, but he's really good value, 83,000.
He's really good value.
All right, we'll chuck him 2, Leo.
Yeah.
Number 4, Glenn Maxwell, 118,000.
1.
Yes, we've got them. We're on fire.
I reckon it depends on the last player. He's got a smile on his face.
It's probably going to be Daniel Sams or someone. No, we're definitely Glenn Maxwell 1.
Yeah. The last player is Adam Zampa, 131,000.
What is his price?
I still think you've done well, 131,000.
I think we've actually done pretty well there.
Like he's still got to prove himself from last season. He wasn't amazing in Big Bash SuperCoach.
I reckon we smashed that.
I think you've done very well there, gents.
Yeah, thank you. I'll take that. That's probably the best sort of game we've ever done in this studio. So
that's a good way to end the show.
Yeah, well done, boys. That was better than our Who Am I that we did in the office the other week. We stunk it up.
I'm still traumatized.
We love Yoli Davis. It's all good. We're going to be cheering for him this season. All right, that's our first show done and dusted. I can't believe we're through every single team. That was good fun, boys. That's the Cricket Today show for today. The first show, we're going to be back every single day with this daily, just a shorter show than this one. Every single weekday for the Big Bash wrap-up, maybe some test talk. Boxing Day test is one of our favourites over here, so we're going to be doing a lot of that. ODIs and T20s as well for the Aussies and maybe even international as well, other teams. So subscribe on your podcast apps, Spotify, Apple, etc. Like and review it, please. Chuck us a follow to the Cricket Today over Cricket Today AU on all the socials. That's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, and Threads. Send in any questions via the socials. If we've got Chumbies, if he wants to hit us up, I'm always down for that. The Perth Scorchers #1 fan.
I'm not.
You're not down for that? We'll see if he watches this show. So send in any questions. I think that's it. Thanks, Leo, behind the camera over there.
Thanks, Stats Guy. Thanks, Marcus.
Cheers, Marcus.
Cheers, Stats Guy. Thanks, guys.
That was good. Thanks, Gerald, for producing. Absolute legend. Cool hat. He has always a cool hat collection. We'll have to get him on the camera one day, I reckon. And thanks to me. That was good fun. So first episode of Cricket Today is out. Thank you.